The very first girl they introduced in the Jenny Jones episode. Cool hair, whatever. Immediately zeroed in on the Confederate flag patch and the white trash tattoo she had around her belly button.
Seems like we're maybe not focusing on the most important parts of Kim's appearance here.
There was just something about the 90s in which someone wearing like Jinko jeans and like a giant oversized Marilyn Manson shirt was enough to just like deem someone like a freak. But there was still a kind of side eye going on about, you know, the weirdos, the kids wearing all black. And that was very clear in all these, you know, daytime television shows.
The four of you look like a bunch of freaks, man.
I'm not someone who's like actually that sensitive about a lot of, you know, things, but watching clips and, you know, seeing essentially teenagers being called freaks on television, I'm just like, whoa, like that's kind of aggressive. Like they just kind of look like theater kids.
It's not even like just Jenny Jones is calling them a freak. It's like their friends and parents and or daughters are bringing them into the show. Yeah, they're partners.
Do you guys go out like this? I mean, you look like that and she looks like that.
Yeah, we do. We get some looks.
Do you get bad reactions? What's the worst thing anybody said or done to you when you've been out?
They throw things at me.
Why are you dating?
You're putting your foot down now. Like, we've been friends for 8 years, but you know what? Just something's gotta give.
Look at her. She looks like PWT, pure white trash.
I look beautiful, honey.
I feel like these episodes of 90s talk shows that were dedicated to like dissecting the goth alt look are just so steeped in like actually people's concerns about conforming to gender roles and coded homophobia and even racism.
In the past Valentine's Day, he's been getting cards from boys. That's starting to scare me.
You said that his last phase that he was acting black.
Well, yeah, basically he was.
For the women who were on the show, there'd be men in the audience who would be like, you know, I think you should just do you. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's all good, whatever. But as soon as, you know, a man would be on the show, or in the case of Alan Jr., a teenage boy on the show, all bets are on.
I'd like to ask him, if you're walking down the street and somebody makes fun of you, do you hit him over the head with your purse? I mean, your lunchbox?
There was such a weird obsession with like where everyone was pierced.
What, you just sitting at the crib one day and just decided like, I'm just gonna stick myself or something?
There's such an emphasis on like this as just like a kinky thing for young women versus like when that one daughter brings in her mom, the reaction from the audience is very much like...
I have a problem with the mother because I think she's setting a bad example for her daughter, and she really doesn't have the body.
When we look back at the talk show kind of culture of, you know, the 80s, especially the 90s, a part of the kind of fascination and I guess in some ways the charm was kind of how off the cuff and how outrageous it was. And it's just like the perfect trash TV. The kind of status quos that were upheld on these shows for entertainment, it really was kind of galling. And, you know, the talk show hosts also participated in this.
If you saw her walking down the street, you wouldn't point fingers and make fun or... No?
The one person I respect the most out of anyone on any of these shows is the audience member in Ricki Lake who volunteered to get made up into a freak and ended up looking amazing by the end.
There was this one mom, I believe it was in the Ricki Lake episode, who just like accepted her like punk son. And she's just like, he's a great kid.
And Thanksgiving, you're not embarrassed at all.
No, not at all.
Mom of the year. Believe that if I have a kid and they dress like a prep, I'm gonna have something to say about it.
We gotta go to Dr. Phil.
Who's the goth Dr. Phil?